Alright, so today what I want to talk about is an underutilized tool that I often see when I do implementations, and that is Advanced Find. It's a very powerful tool, but some people can be overwhelmed by it if you're not familiar with doing database queries or anything. So I just want to give some basics first in this first part, and I might do a follow-up or two with Advanced Find to kind of dig into it a little bit further. So to start with, you can find Advanced Find, which is kind of the ad hoc reporting tool from Microsoft. You can do any queries on the fly with Advanced Find, so it's over here in the navigation bar. Just click on Advanced Find, pops open its own window. I'll come back to kind of some of the buttons across the top here. I'll come back to the save and everything, but if you just click results, gives you the results, of course, for what your filter is. But you can see here, this one already has a filter. I'm looking for specifically accounts, kind of what I want to focus on here. And then also right now I'm using a saved view for active accounts, so I can change that to other system views like my active accounts. You can see what that filter is. For this purpose, I'll go back to new, just a completely blank one. And then also the look for, this tells you exactly what records are going to be returned when you click results. So in this case, it'll be accounts. So no matter what filter I put in place, it'll return accounts. So you can do other things too. You can switch it to contacts, for example, or leads or opportunities. And you can also do filters across record types or entities. For this purpose, I want to keep it simple and just go to accounts, because Advanced Find is more robust than just the native universal search or just searching for accounts. It only gives you those because it's searching limited fields. In Advanced Find, you can search any field you want in the database that is available. So for this purpose, I'll look at accounts and say, for example, if you're not sure where to start with accounts, because when you first click on this, you can see here fields, and there are a lot of fields that come with accounts. Some of them, a lot of these are not all of these are on the form themselves. So kind of a good rule of thumb is if you're not sure where to start, just go ahead and pull up an account record, and you can kind of use that as your cheat sheet to build a filter. So in this case, I'll go back to my Advanced Find. You can see here, maybe I want to look at relationship type. So I'll look for relationship type, where the relationship type equals, let's say, with customers. So I'll say, give me all the ones where the accounts are customers. So I click results, and you can see here I've got 61 right off the bat, and say, okay, well, that's a little bit more than I wanted. Maybe I want to look in a specific geographic region, for example. So I'm starting to build out my filter here. It might also be good to usually put in here the status of the record. So status, maybe I want to always only do active ones instead of inactive. And then I'll start looking for a geographic region. Maybe I'll pick a state, for example. So you look here, you can see this one's actually in China, but maybe I want to look for something in a different country or a different state. So I'll actually pick something here. I'll start with Ohio. So relationship type equals customer, and the status is active, and the state province equals Ohio. Click results, and you can see I have two. I have two accounts that meet this criteria, and maybe if I want to expand that, I can also do that as well to add another state. Add another state province field, and I'll say maybe New York. So by default, when you just add another row here, another line in the filter, it is an AND statement. So relationship type equals customer, and status equals active, and state province equals Ohio, and state province equals New York. As you know, an account can't be in multiple states at one time, so you want to switch that to an OR statement. And to do that, just select the different rows, and then click the grouping up here for OR. And you can see here now, so the first two must be true, relationship type equals customer, and status is active, and the state is either Ohio or New York. So we'll click results, and you can see we now have 5 records. Of course, right now it doesn't tell me which accounts are in Ohio and which ones are in New York. So if I go back to Advanced Find and I want to get that information, I just click on Edit Columns, so I can edit basically the results or the data that comes out once the filter's in place. And I want to add a couple more columns or other fields from the account record. So maybe I want to put in their city, and I'll put in their state as well, and maybe also the street address so I can kind of see that too. Reorganize this a little bit, click on the column heading, just move things around. So I'll go street, city, state, click OK, and click results. You can see here now I can see that which ones are in New York, what city they're in, and also their actual street address too. So if this is something that would be good to use, it's something I can also save. I can save it as a personal view, which is nice. So I just built my own filter, my own basically report on the fly of all of my customers, my active customers in Ohio and New York for all the accounts. So if I want to save that, I can just click Save. Ask me to give it a name. Something simple. Click Save. And then you can see here under the saved views, that is now a personal view. So you can see my views. Here are the system views I can always use, and then I can create additional views for myself. I can pull into my own dashboards or use this for any kind of reporting. And once I click results, then I have a variety of options on what I want to do with it. I can add these people to a marketing list, add them to a quick campaign, reassign the accounts, export to Excel, whatever the case may be. But that's a basic overview of what the simplest things for Advanced Find can do. Just looking at the account records, again, the cheat sheet, if you're not sure where to begin, is to look at the account form itself or whatever record you're looking at and kind of start building it from there. You can kind of look what field you're looking for. I was looking at relationship type and specifically the addresses as well. So you can look at other fields out there, territory, for example, you could do searches on, and everything else, all other fields available underneath as well. So thank you very much for your time. I hope it helps, and I'll see if I can do a couple more on Advanced Find here in the future.